South Africa will not get into trouble just because of politics. It will get into trouble when the numbers stop working.
Bendicinga ogogo ndizabanyusela kakhulu kodwa ndibanyuselanga ngolu hlobo bendicinga uba zabanyusela ngalo kulo nyaka kodwa ndiyabanyusela kodwa ndiyabahoya.
If you want to get yourself enemies, while there's a wedding at your family, have that duty holding that Kia mobile fridge.
And you are the one with the key.
It's, if you were a government, you're basically the equivalent of treasury, the finance department, because you will determine if everyone is full, if everyone has enough to drink.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Let's take a look at this update. The Minister of Finance, that is Enoch Godongwane, is acting like that uncle that has the key to the fridge when there is a gathering or umqimbi, or is it the cold room, the one that dishes out drinks. In this Ramaphosa economy, any bit of relief will do. So we are talking money. You know, when you talk about budgeting, a lot of people quickly switch off. They don't want to hear it. But in this case, this budget speech came right at the, should I say at the right time rather, because this was just after that SIU report that exposed so much corruption, and it came after the State of the Nation address, as it should. But the interesting thing about this budget is people want to see how is South Africa going to deliver all of these promises that were made by Cyril Ramaphosa. And of course, people always look out for grant, and of course anything related to petrol, anything related to how much they are paying in terms of groceries, and of course the sin tax. Let's take a look at the simplified version of ukuhlala kwethu la South Africa. How secure is it, or is this Cyril Ramaphosa economy gonna further sink us all into debt together with him? Let's take a look at that, of course, with those sentiments around how we can do better as a people, but of course bringing back that issue of how illegal immigration is actually hurting South Africa's bottom line, because it turns out that there are less taxpayers, meaning those foreign nationals are not contributing to South Africa. Don't tell me about VAT. Don't tell me about VAT. Go Ningi, let's talk about it. Let's take a look at these views. Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us on this one as we take a look at the purse.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Good. Hello, sir. How are you? Very good. How are you?
I'm great, actually.
What is your name?
Komla.
Komla, what do you do?
I just came from an interview right now.
For the job interview?
Yeah.
How did you think you performed?
Well, exceptionally well. We love you there.
Really? What type of job?
It's a call center.
Call center? Yeah. Oh, you will kill it.
Definitely.
I think you've got it.
Yeah, thank you. I was supposed to be in varsity this year, but they were full for the course that I was doing.
Were you late in applying?
I
You got to apply early.
Yeah.
If need be, you must, before the first day comes, you must go and sleep outside the door of the application room.
Yeah.
Mina ngiyibuka i-budget speech. Hey, yabhora i-TV. Hey, woza la. Masilalele lento, sizwa izinto ezingafani. Noma sigxila kwezinto ezingafani. I-financial period ka-SARS kumele uyi-understande. Iyaqala nge-1 March, iphele ngoFebruary 28. So ingakho-ke ne-budget speech yenziwa ngale khathi. So that bezoyi-approve bese nge-1 March izinto eningi ziya-implementwa. So kubalekile ke bantu bezwe ukuthi sizazi lezi zinto, i-budget speech siyilandele, and yezinye zezinto engithe angiyi-highlight.
Your takeouts from the finance minister's speech, is it going in the right direction, our fiscal framework?
Well, he tried to balance the speech for simple reasons that it's an election year. So he wanted to come across as being reasonable, especially with the working class. But the reality of the matter is that the economy is not growing. And we all know that without the economy growing, we'll not be able to provide jobs, will not grow the infrastructure. Even if SARS collect more revenue, it doesn't mean economic growth. So we are worried that there is no plan about how the economy is going to be increased in the country. But equally, the president spoke about 10,000 labor inspectors. He never allocated any money for it. They were clapping hands for it, yet it's not budgeted for, which means that what the president said doesn't matter. The personal income tax adjustment, it's a very welcomed position. At least the workers will now have some money in their pockets. But to save 1.4 from the fiscal, it doesn't mean anything, because saving 1.4 doesn't reduce the price of bread. The price of bread is still high, the electricity is still high. He keeps on speaking about partnership between private sector and the public sector. We've seen it happening in the electricity. Did that adjust the electricity price? No, the electricity price has increased. So the private sector has never helped anywhere. The private sector never reduces any cost. If anything, they are profit driven.
What would you have done differently if you were in his shoes?
South Africa, for the first time in years, I'm actually excited about a budget speech. Yes, you heard me correctly. Let's break down what matters most to you, your wealth building, and your personal finance journey. So the first one is tax tables. They've been adjusted for inflation, which means tax bracket creek finally gets a relief. Here's the old table versus the new table on the screen. There's slight adjustments for inflation, but a win is a win. The second one is medical tax credits. They've increased slightly. If you're on a medical aid, that's more tax relief into your pocket. Again, slight adjustments, but we will take any tax break that we can get. Number 3, now it gets good. Tax-free savings account limits have increased from 36,000 to 46,000 Rand per year. That's 10,000 Rand extra that you can grow tax-free. Dividends, interest, capital growth, all tax-free. Retirement annuity deduction limit increased from 350,000 to 430,000 Rand per year. High earners, business owners, this is serious tax planning power. But here's the highlight for entrepreneurs. VAT registration threshold has increased from 1 million to 2.3 million turnover per annum. This is huge. Small businesses now have a breathing room, less compliance pressure, better cash flow, more time to scale before VAT becomes mandatory. To me, this budget didn't punish growth. It's rewarding discipline, it's rewarding investing, and it's rewarding entrepreneurship. If you're serious about building wealth in South Africa, this is your moment.
Did you know that only 2 provinces that fund more than half of South Africa's tax system? Yes, that is Gauteng Province, aka Western Cape. According to National Treasury and SARS 2025 tax statistics, Gauteng and Western Cape have more registered taxpayers than the other 7 provinces combined. South Africa currently has 27.1 million registered individual taxpayers, but only 7.7 million actually submit tax returns. That alone tells you how narrow the tax base really is. Gauteng alone account for 38% of all assessed taxpayers. Western Cape adds another 17%. Together, that is 55% of South Africa's total tax base, just from the 2 provinces. In Gauteng, 36% of taxpayers live in Johannesburg, earning an average of 480,000 per annum. SARS collected 351 billion Rand income personal tax from Gauteng and Western Cape combined. The other 7 provinces combined, only 212 billion rands in personal income tax. That gap is massive and dangerous. GDP follows skills, productivity, infrastructure, and economic concentration. If Gauteng and Western Cape slow down, South Africa's GDP slows down. If professionals and businesses leave, revenue collapses. This reveals a structural risk in South Africa's economy. Too few taxpayers, too much dependence, too much pressure on shrinking base. This is your sound money culture. Help everyday people understand money at a deeper level, protect value, and invest with the purpose.
Well, there you have it. School is important, guys. You see now, you're running away from money matters. But of course, as some have said in the video, that the budget speech means different things to different people. Please do follow them on various social media platforms and of course news outlets to get a broader sense of their contributions to this topic. Please note, some of those videos have been cut short so that we can fit in as many views and perspectives as possible on the ground, reporting on on their reactions on this year's budget speech. Good things came out of it, as you had said. I won't repeat what has already been said in the videos, but you saw that there are some positives, but it still remains worrying that South Africa is not collecting enough revenue, and possibly in the future this could actually be exacerbated. Therefore, they have to do something about our tax base and all of the different types of revenue forms that contribute to the budget, right? Well, there you have it as well. The country does not just run automatically, but there are mechanisms, there are finances involved to maintain a country, and its citizens contribute all of those that benefit from the country, whether it is via their businesses that they do on South African soil, whether it is via minerals, whether it is via various platforms that they use. They should benefit the state in order to be able to maintain the country. I think maybe that could be what other African countries are getting wrong, that is ensuring that their revenue and budget sources are consistent and that they are applied according to economic considerations. What are your thoughts on that? Therefore, that is why this issue of illegal immigration and how it has affected South Africa's tax base right now should not be taken lightly, because in the future they either have to make a call whether they start documenting foreign nationals so that they can contribute to South Africa's tax. That is why we have always said that it is a lose-lose situation to ignore illegal immigration, because number one, it robs South Africans of a possible income source, because now that South African that is not working is not able to feed their families, one, but they are also not able to contribute to South Africa's revenue collection because they are not recorded as being employed and being able to contribute towards tax, whether it is via income tax or other sources where they will be able to use that money within South Africa's economy. And then there is also the fact that if they go to these countries, neighboring countries that do bring in a lot of illegal immigrants, and make a trade agreement, have some sort of whatever it is that they would make a treaty, and then both countries would possibly have an opportunity to benefit from their citizens and either collect taxes from their citizens. Let's say Zimbabwe would be able to collect taxes from their citizens that are working in South Africa, and at the same time South Africa would be able to show that they are contributing positively to Zimbabwe. Do you understand? Or it could be the other way around, building China. Let's talk about it down below. Did you get anything out of this year's budget, or is this just another speech for us at this moment? We were looking, is there a VAT increase or no VAT increase, because that directly affects the power that we have at the shops, and of course that petrol levies and all of that, because those in turn affect how much buying power we get from our salaries. Please let me know down below. Thank you so much for joining us on this one, but let's be alert and also note that this conversation is also important. Did you hear how much Julius Malema was able to contribute? Oh, thank you so much for joining us on this one. Let's meet on the next one. Sorry guys, I have a flu, so I wasn't able to be consistent with delivering also on some other videos. Please give this video a thumbs up, and let's meet on the next video. Bye.